Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Welcome to our public meeting. Bienvenue à notre assemblée de public. I call the meeting to order. Approval of the agenda, that the agenda be accepted as presented. Ouverture de la réunion. Approbation de l'ordre du jour. Que l'ordre du jour soit accepté tel qu'il a été présenté. S'il vous plaît, Jean-Robert. Secondé par le conseiller McIntyre. That the agenda be accepted as circulated. Moved by Councillor Haché. Appuyé par conseiller McIntyre. On the question, sur la question, tous en faveur, dites oui. All in favor, say yes.
Yes. Oui.
Adoption of the minutes. Adoption des procès-verbaux, that the minutes of the regular meeting of October 21st, 2024 be accepted as presented. Que le procès-verbal de la réunion ordinaire du 21 octobre 2024 soit accepté tel que présenté. Moved by Councillor Walsh. Second by Councillor Cormier. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary-minded, motion carries. Conflict of interest and declarations, déclaration des conflits d'intérêts, nul. None. Delegations, petitions and presentations, interventions publiques, pétitions et présentations. Nous avons 4 gens, mais ce soir, il y en a 2 qui sont ici présents. We have 4 people who wanted to speak, but only 2 are here this evening. Each candidate or each individual will have 5 minutes up to speak. Chaque citoyen a 5 minutes chaque à faire leur présentation. Madame Pauline Diotte, vous avez le plancher. Le micro est là. Quand tu arrives, pèse sur le piton. Monique? No, there's no answering questions after the presentations. Only at the end of the meeting tonight, we'll usually give 2 to 3 people who want to speak or ask questions. À la fin de l'Assemblée ce soir, d'habitude, on donne 1 ou 2 ou 3 personnes à parler, puis c'est tout.
Ah, ça c'est meilleur. Okay, before I start my speech tonight, I would like to ask the Mayor and Council to consider mentioning in future readings or meetings, acknowledging that we are on traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq First Nation of Ilverbara. As we meet here tonight, I think it would be a nice thing to do because we do it at our hockey games, our Bonamy events. So I think we should be doing it at these public meetings. Okay, now I'm going to start my speech. You can start the timer. My name is Pauline Diotte. I'm speaking as a citizen of Heron Bay tonight. My home is 5.5 kilometers from this mine, and it seems that no one wants to tell us if our homes will lose value or not. How much are we going to lose on our homes, Norman? Depuis que cette mine a été exposée en avril 2024 aux gens des Heron Bay, je vois une division entre les citoyens de Heron Bay et en dehors de notre communauté. On n'a-tu pas appris notre leçon durant le COVID, la division a créé entre les familles, voisins et communautés? Et maintenant, je vois une division entre les citoyens de RNB et nos voisins. Peut-être si les citoyens de RNB avaient pu avoir un vote sur cette mine, on ne serait pas dans le mess qu'on est dedans aujourd'hui. There's a lot of citizens of Heron Bay that won't come to these public meetings because of the intimidation that's going on inside and outside of our public meetings. On November 14, 2024, a young girl from Montreal and originally from here got all her tires slashed while she was attending her monthly meeting because her car was holding a Quebec license plate. So now anyone that has a Quebec license plate visiting Dalhousie needs to watch their cars. Not a good outlook for Dalhousie. I'm holding a property tax bill. I would like to know in council that don't get one of those. Anybody in council don't receive one of these? You would think with a very important role in our municipality that anyone that don't pay property tax shouldn't be allowed to run for mayor or councillor. If you don't pay into your salary, then you shouldn't get paid. Since Lee voted yes and don't pay property tax, then you think you should have a vote on this mine? I don't think so. Salary for mayor is $42,550. Deputy is $20,850. Councilors is $18,850. Plus boards and committees, they get extra. Our Heron Bay budget of 2024 is $7,447,079. We pay RCMP the amount of $869,423. Now we are paying extra money for a private firm. So why are we paying so much for RCMP services? Why? We have 4,000 active account in Heron Bay, 2,000 homes that are occupied, 300 non-residents, 1,700 restaurant, garage stores, clinics, etc. I would like someone to tell us why there was so much secrecy on this mine, because no one heard about it till April 24 and April 2024, and this mine proposal was in the book since 2020. Maintenant, on va mentionner le fameux peintureur de nos enseignes. C'est quoi ton problème? Viens à ces réunions et explique-toi en avant de ce micro. Arrête de vandaliser nos enseignes. About leaving non-residents attend our monthly meetings and voicing their opinion. I don't go at their public meeting and tell them how to run their committees. Then they shouldn't come to ours. If you are from an affected area by this mine for the environment purposes, then you do have the right to speak, especially if it's from Quebec, 4 kilometers away. Now about the jobs. I do understand wanting good paying jobs, but why does it always consist of poison industry that will destroy the housing and the surrounding area? Didn't we learn about when we had the NBIP mill, the CIL, and NB Power? Really, does anyone think that they will hire local boys? Only if you know someone. We all know how they were playing that game when the mill was open. Now about our famous tax bill. Okay, Fredericton, I called Fredericton office to ask the question, if I don't pay my 2024 bill, what would happen to me? They said the first year I would pay interest, the second year they would give me a notice in the mail. If the residents of Heron Bay wants to be serious on stopping this mine, then boycott and don't pay your tax for a while, and let's see if they will work for nothing. People are worried that if we boycott, that the roads won't be open this winter. If you're like me in April, I pay my bill in April, so the snow by then is gone. Now about our environment. I heard all the changes in your bylaws and wonder why no one is mentioning the terrible destruction of our town. They will dig under our town right to the lighthouse, I heard, because that's where the minerals are, and the company and council don't care about Heron Bay destruction of our town, only money and greed. If not, then tell me where this mine will dig to. We need some information, please. If anyone forgot, we have 2 schools close to this mine, and it seems no one cares about their health. It's sad. If anyone thinks that this mine won't destroy our fishing environment and our health, there is something wrong with you. Norman said on the news that at the beginning we got the misinformation. We, the citizens of Heron Bay, received the wrong information about this mine proposal. Then Norman, show us tonight what is the right information and stop keeping secrets from the citizens. Don't forget, if anyone thinks that we, the citizens of Heron Bay, don't see what is going on in this mine proposal, don't fool yourself. Our eyes are wide open. We just need a new election now so that we can have people up there representing us the right way and not for themselves. One more minute. If anyone doesn't like what I said tonight, prove me wrong. Thank you.
Merci, Pauline. Merci, Pauline. Thank you, Pauline. I call Jamie Buchanan.
Sorry, it's on my phone here, so I just got to get it straightened out. So, first off, I just want to say to the folks who are here from the We group tonight for the mine, I'm speaking on behalf of the 800 members and rising of the No group on the No New Pozzolan site, and the 3,000 members of the population here who have signed petitions saying that they don't want the mine to go forward. So I'm speaking as on behalf of all of them as one voice. In the first, but what we want to say to what I want to say to the We group is, we respect your right to have your opinion. That we live in a democracy, and of course everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, and that's the way it should be. We encourage you, however, before jumping blindly into yes to the mine, and it's going to bring lots of jobs and everything, do research, read. We've spent thousands of hours in our group researching and studying this whole subject, reviewing academic research, scientific papers, talking directly to professors. Sorry, can you hear me okay, folks? Sorry. Yeah. All right. I hope I'm not like Donald Trump with his mics. My God. But, you know, the thing is, we spent thousands and thousands of hours of researching this because, like everybody, this was sprung on us. It has been in the works on the back burner and back rooms for several years without the population being advised or warned in any way that it was upcoming. So we had to go out there and educate ourselves. And that's what we've done. And once you do the education and you see that 48 countries in the world have now banned open pit mining, you realize that it's an absolutely untenable thing to have happen in a small town on a sea bay, which has a great heritage value, surrounded by First Nations peoples who depend on the resources of the bay for their ancestral resource rights, and that is their rights under treaty for that. 200 meters from two schools, and in the middle of a small town. So, and on the Bay of Chaleur, so that all of the impacted sea resources will be deeply affected by the detonations constantly coming from the mine. It's been proven worldwide that when these kinds of open pit mines are on bays or near the ocean, that the fish will leave, the lobsters will leave, all of that stuff. So that's where we're coming from here. We think definitely and absolutely, and this is the vast majority of the population of Heron Bay, proven by the petition, 3,000 people, that's about 90% of the population of Heron Bay. We clearly believe that the mine is absolutely out of the question for all of these reasons. And we've been over the whole health issues. Pozzolan contains silica, which is a carcinogen, a class 1 carcinogen. The mine itself, all of the mitigation measures which can be undertaken by a mining company will only serve to reduce the terrible health and environmental risks. They can't eliminate them. And indeed, it depends on the company. And so far, everything we've seen from this company, which is called Echo Rock, and what a joke that is as a name, Echo Rock. It's a contradiction in terms. There's nothing ecological about an open pit pozzolan mine, especially in the middle of a small town on a sea bay, surrounded by First Nations peoples, and two schools at 200 meters away. So, you know, that's the reality of this. And anyone who wishes to educate themselves just has to go. We'll send you the links. You in the We group, if you want to educate yourselves, just contact our new No Pozzolan site, and we'll send you the links where you can read the papers that are right there that'll tell you clearly what the issues are. Or you can go to the library too. Yeah, it's all there. So, and here's the thing, folks. We live in a democracy. We live in one of the world's greatest democracies. And in a democracy, the electorate votes for representatives from the council, the municipal level, right up to the prime minister. The role of elected representatives in a democracy is to represent the people who voted them in. That means to keep them informed of everything that's going on, to represent their wishes and their will, because that is the whole foundation of democracy. And that is not what is happening here, clearly. Now, I wish to qualify that by saying, to the three councillors who have bravely and with dignity and with intelligence and with due representation of their electorate voted no to this mine, we congratulate you, and we deeply appreciate your integrity, honesty, and professionalism. Thank you. However, to the Regional Service Commission, Gilles Legacé, etc., and the rest of this, pardon me?
Order.
And to the rest of this council, and especially you, Norman Peltier, we say shame on you. Shame on you for having not performed your duty according to the principles of a democratic country. Shame on you for keeping this whole mine project a secret, a back room, a back burner secret for 3 to 4 years, as far as we know. And we're not sure. I mean, we're getting the information slowly from the Freedom of Information requests that we've made from emails and other things like that. But we don't know. Shame on you. And, you know, what should have been done is very clear. We should have had a full disclosure. The council and the mayor should have educated themselves on the realities of a Pozzolan open pit mine in a small town in our particular location, with Miguasha, a UNESCO World Heritage Site just across the bay, a place of great resonance internationally, and should have given this information once they'd educated themselves, which you obviously haven't taken the time to do, to the population.
Mr. It's over 5 minutes.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
there's only 2 people here, so I can talk a little longer.
No,
far as I can see.
that's the rule and regulation is 5 minutes for everybody. That's the rules and regulations of council.
Yes.
So, your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you, King Norman.
Order, Mr. Buchanan, or I'll have you excused from the meeting. I'm telling you, this is how the meeting is held. Statement by members of council, exposé des membres du conseil. Nil. We'll move on to our committee reports. Report of committees of private meetings. Rapport du comité des réunions huis clos. Protective Service, Committee of Service et Protection. Conseiller McIntyre.
Recommande d'accepter et de mettre en filière le rapport mensuel des chefs de pompiers. Recommande d'accepter et de mettre en filière le rapport mensuel de la SPCA du Restigouche. Move that the recommendation from the Protective Service Committee presented on November 12, 2024 be approved.
Moved by Councillor McIntyre, second. Seconded by Councillor Walsh. On the question sur la question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Public Works, Comité de Travaux Publics, Conseiller Chartrand.
Recommend accepting and filing the Director of Public Works monthly report. Moved by that the recommendations of the Public Works Committee presented on November 12, 2024 be approved.
The no group is leaving in protest against this.
Moved by Councillor Ken Chartrand, second. Cynthia. Moved by Councillor Chartrand, second by Cormier. On the question, sur la question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Parks and Recreation, Comité de Parcs et Loisirs, Conseiller Haché.
Je recommande d'accepter et de mettre en filière le rapport mensuel du gérant des installations. Alors, je propose que les recommandations du Comité de Parcs, Loisirs et Culture, présentées le 12 novembre 2024, soient approuvées.
Proposé par Conseiller Haché, appuyé.
J'appuie.
Appuyé par Conseiller McIntyre sur la question. Tous en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Contre? Adopté. Personnel and Bylaw, Comité du personnel et d'arrêté municipal, nul. Comité de développement and Planning Committee, Councillor Walsh.
Recommend to accept the Planning Commission November 12, 2024 be approved as circulated.
Moved by Councillor Walsh, second. Par Conseiller Haché. On the question, sur la question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contraminded, motion carried. Finance and General Government, Comité de finances et gouvernement général, Conseiller Goud-Carmonier, s'il vous plaît.
I recommend accepting the CEO's monthly report. Je recommande accepter le rapport mensuel du directeur général. That the recommendation of the Finance and General Government Committee presented on November 12, 2024 be approved. que les recommandations du comité de finances du gouvernement général présenté le 12 novembre 2024 soient approuvées.
Proposé par le conseiller Good-Cormier, appuyé par
Je vais appuyer, Monsieur le maire.
Denis McIntyre. Sur la question on the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Inquires of committees, motions and resolutions, question des comités, motions et résolutions. Conseiller McIntyre.
L'enregistrement public des réunions. Que le conseil municipal de la ville de Baie-des-Hérons décide par la présente qu'à partir de maintenant, l'enregistrement vidéo public des réunions du conseil est interdit en raison de la disponibilité de la diffusion officielle en direct. Toutes les réunions seront diffusées en direct et enregistrées, et les enregistrements seront mis à la disposition du public sur YouTube. Cette mesure garantit la transparence tout en maintenant l'ordre pendant les délibérations du conseil. Toute personne enfreignant cette règle peut être invitée à s'arrêter ou à quitter la réunion. Public videotaping of meeting. That the municipal council of the town of Erin Bay resolve that, effective immediately, public videotaping of council meeting is prohibited due to the availability of official live streaming. All meeting will be live streamed and recorded, with the recording made available to the public through YouTube. This measure ensures transparency while maintaining order during council proceeding. Anyone violating the rule may be asked to stop or leave the meeting. I so move, Mr. Mayor.
Moved by Councillor McIntyre, second. Appuyé par conseiller Haché. On the question, sur la question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion
Uh,
carried.
Mr. Mayor, I don't vote aye on this motion. I would like to have some more information pertaining to this before I can pass my vote.
Well, the majority voted in favor.
I understand
so-
that, sir. So you can say, I vote no.
Perfect. Registered as no for Councillor Chartrand. Lee, would you do the next one?
Fondation Sœur Jeannette Leclerc, Inc., annual fundraiser, that the town of Heron Bay donate $500 to the foundation, Sœur Jeannette Leclerc, Inc., for their annual fundraiser. I move.
Moved by Councillor Walsh, second. By Councillor Chartrand. On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Conseiller Cormier, pourrais-tu faire la prochaine, s'il vous plaît?
Pierre Arsenault Hockey Day Contribution Request.
Oui.
That the town of Heron Bay donate $500 to the Pierre Arsenault Hockey Day Party Program. Journée de hockey, Pierre Arsenault demande de contribution financière que la ville de Baie-des-Hérons fasse un don de 500 à la journée de hockey Pierre Arsenault Programme Party.
Proposé par conseiller Cormier, appuyé par
J'appuie, Monsieur le maire.
conseiller McIntyre. Sur la question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Conseiller Haché, s'il vous plaît.
Que la ville de Baie-des-Hérons fasse un don de $100 pour le dîner des cyclones. That the town of Heron Bay donate $100 for the Cyclones Christmas dinner fundraiser.
Moved by Councillor Haché, second by Councillor Walsh. On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Canadian Mental Health, Councillor Chartrand.
That the town of Heron Bay donate $500 to the Canadian Mental Health Association to help underprivileged children and their families in the Restigouche.
Moved by Councillor Chartrand, second. Second by Councillor Cormier. On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, motion carried. Appointment of committees, nil. Adjournment,
Je propose l'adjournement.
proposé par conseiller Haché d'adjourner. Merci. We'll open the mic to the floor. Anybody has a question, s'il vous plaît, levez-vous, posez la question.
Un, deux, un, deux.
It's on, yeah. C'est dessus.
I watched your hearing a few days ago. Puis, j'ai quasiment tombé en bas de ma chaise, almost fell on the floor when I hear councillors saying no to the bylaw. This is why. I made some research. I'm going to read it in English and in French after. Notwithstanding, this is my question for both councillors that says no. Notwithstanding the arrival of a mining industry within the limits of the municipality of Heron Bay, does voting no to the bylaw 806-11 expose the municipality to a multi-million-dollar lawsuit? En français, nonobstant la venue d'une industrie minière dans les limites de la municipalité de Baie-des-Hérons, est-ce que voter non à l'arrêté 806-11 expose la municipalité à une poursuite de plusieurs millions de dollars?
La question, tu veux qu'un des deux conseillers réponde à
deux.
ta question.
I know, Mr. Chartrand, you English, you don't understand French, and Madame Cormier, vous êtes bilingue, donc, si vous voulez, vous partagez la réponse.
Thank you for your question. To the best of my knowledge, the town of Heron Bay has not been being discussed, or no statements ever been made about suing the town pertaining to if we vote yes or no for this amendment. That's the best of my knowledge. That has been brought up before. That was mentioned in the papers about possibility of being sued. However, this council has never, I have never heard, personally, me as a councillor, have not heard the word sue ever come from within or from outside sources at all. So therefore, the only way I can answer that correctly is that, to the best of my knowledge at this time, no, we could not be sued. Possibility, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. I voted no based on my determination, on my facts, my professional knowledge, and from listening to the residents of Heron Bay. So,
Okay.
is that suffice for you?
No, not really.
I'm
The
sorry,
reason why is when I heard all that hearing, it's about the safety of the citizen that go around that carry. Like right now, if you walk there, let's say I walk a new couples, okay? They walk there, there's no signs, there's a carry, there's no fences, there's no nothing to provide security to the people that walks around there. And the purpose of that hearing or that bylaw is to add those security measures. So I don't know why you vote no to put more safety in that place. I just don't understand. What's the consequences of saying yes to that?
The purpose of the bylaw is to change the process that's taken place at that facility. At this time right now, there's no mining operations taking place at this time. So therefore, the security should have been put in place, the company that's in there right now, LCL. So therefore, stating that, they're the ones that should be protecting that site, not the new company that's proposed to come in.
Yeah, but there's no regulation in place.
There's
to
no
force
regulation
them
in
to do
place,
it.
and I agree with you, and I'm not suggesting there isn't.
And that's why the town of Dallas, Heron Bay, want to put that in place.
The
But
town
you
of Heron Bay
refuse to do
wants
so.
to amend the bylaw to incorporate the word mine and to incorporate a zoning called resources. Then all the rest of the stuff is put inside that body. However, the main objective of the amendment of the bylaw is to change it to so that it would be placed so company can come in and apply for rezoning with that word mining inside the body of the bylaw. And secondly, this resources is put in as a zoning, so then they can apply for a rezoning application. So to say that it's not protected, that is not the responsibility of the town right now. As you said, and has been stated and quoted in the papers, that operation has been there for 85 years. I think roughly 85 years, if I'm not mistaken, so far. Sorry? 92 years. Yep. So therefore, then, 92 years ago, this council or the council before, the council before, the council before should have made sure that when they applied for their license, which they've had to apply for all these years, regulations should have been put in place to make sure the safety of the residents then.
Okay.
Not this council now.
not?
We've only been on council for 2 years. Maybe the safety should have been looked at and investigated 20 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 5 years ago. That doesn't mean that we're not going to look at it, and that doesn't mean I'm not concerned about the safety of the residents. I am absolutely concerned with the safety of the residents, and as such, that's the reason why I'm voting no.
First, just to clarify, the word mine in the new amendment, the provincial and the regional service commission planners told us that it has to be in that amendment. One, just to clarify it. Furthermore, we did meet with our municipal attorney, and he did give a letter to the three of you to read on the regulations and what the consequences of not following our amendment. The amendment was being brought forward by the oldest city in the province of Brunswick in Canada, St. John, who do all the work in planning and help our provincial and regional planners what to put in place to protect our municipality. So, you know,
Mr. Mayor.
I'm just clarifying the comment on that one.
The legal aspect, the legal representation that this council received in the letter that we did receive, which was supposed to be private, by the way, did clearly say in there that there was 2 scenarios, yes and no.
Correct.
But not one or the other. So therefore, no matter which way we went, we could still be sued if you say that's the case. And he brought that up, but that was supposed to be private and left inside the council chambers. You just did, sir.
Yes, I said the letter, but I didn't state anything in the letter. I'm just saying.
No, you did. You did state that there was
Je pense que je suis capable de penser par moi-même que ces choses-là peuvent arriver. Parce que je prends juste un exemple que, mettons, un jeune couple de dentistes, que leur revenu est proche d'1 million par année, tombe dans la carrière, elle meurt, lui est quadriplégique. Je peux juste penser à LCL, Ville de Dalhousie, ils vont se faire souer pour so much millions. C'est juste ça que je peux penser. So, que la décision n'a pas été prise 75 ans passés, il n'y a rien qui nous empêche de prendre une décision aujourd'hui. Merci.
Y a-t-il d'autres questions? Any other questions? Well, the lady in the back just wants si tu veux venir au micro, s'il vous plaît, you want to come to the mic?
Mr. Mayor and Council, I have worked in municipal government. It is not an easy.
Just bring the mic down, please. Thank you.
I've worked in municipal government. It is not an easy job. We appreciate you very much. We do want the mine here, and there's a lot of, you know, the no mine people keep talking about telling us that we're not going to get jobs. We're not going to get jobs. I'd like somebody to notice the floor when we leave, because that whole back row, all of those people, there's mud on the floor because they all have work boots on. We're not looking for jobs. We're looking for advancement. We're looking for economic development. Most of us back there appreciate very much the strife and the struggle that you have gone through with this whole process. A lot of times people just complain and they don't tell you you're doing a good job. I personally and other people here believe you are doing a good job and you are trying to do the best for Dalhousie.
Thank you, merci. Mrs. Noel, you want to speak?
I just wanted to say that the town hall is a public building, and according to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom, Section 2B, you're allowed to use your cell phone, and if you think that this supersedes that, it's unheard of.
Norman, tu peux utiliser mon téléphone, mais pas filmer. It's saying there on the bylaw that you can use your cell phone, texting, I'll do that, but no filming.
According to the Charter of Rights, you're allowed to because this is a public building. That right.
Well, it's been like this in Saint-Quentin, and it's within the law, in any bylaw. In Saint-Quentin, you don't have the right to record. No, but it's a town council just like we are. So, and now we have live streaming, which compensates for what you need as recordings.
Excuse me, but you also stopped the live streaming as a question period at the end of the meeting. So the people at home don't get the whole meeting.
Is the live streaming on?
First of all, the meeting, that is live stream. Question period after is not part of our meeting, of the committee meeting or the public meeting. It's just afterwards we give you the opportunity to speak, but it doesn't do part of the meeting. So what you are saying is you want the question period at the end to be a live stream also.
So to give the people at home the opportunity to see everything, that's all.
We'll bring it back up at our next committee meeting. I have no problem with that. Okay, any other questions ou questions? Merci, thank you. Il y a une question? Yeah, go ahead. Non, vas-y, si tu veux parler. Oh, c'est tu Mike qui voulait parler ou? Okay, the two years, one has come up first.
Yep.
Look, all I want to say is that, yes, we got people here that are part of Blue Collar. I am part of Blue Collar too, because I do deliver these parts to where companies need them at most. Heavy equipment, automotive, the whole 9 yards. I work at UAP, and we are suffering from a money loss because of how bad we have lost customers, garages, anywhere around Balmoral. We only have what, if I'm remembering this correctly. We have Lounsbury's, we got Conrad McIntyre Garage in Balmoral, Mechanic HJP, Kevin Savoy's, and Arthur Leclerc Garage. And we have lost Johnny Valdron's, pretty much ran all the houses, all the garages. Another thing too, our garages support us too at the same time because they support our wages. Why is it that I understand miners there, but we need money. We need money to survive. We need money to actually make a living. I saw something on social media. A 65-year-old old man could not take his retirement and take his pension at the age of 65. He had to take 2 more years on work. I was completely devastated after I seen that. I said, what the heck? It's all because there's not enough jobs around where we are. So that's all I got to say for now.
Thank you very much, merci. Mike?
Yeah, excellent point. I got a hard time to get my car fixed around here. And it's by getting investments in industry around here, we might get things going. My working days are just about over. I still do a bit of it, but and for the life of me, when I heard that this was going to go on in mine, I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. But now that it's become true that there might be industry coming in town, I mean, with all the environmental protection we have at the provincial and federal level, does anybody expect something to go wrong here? If anything goes wrong, they'll be stopped. Something will be stopped. So, listen, you're not going to win the lottery if you don't buy the ticket.
Yeah, so true. Thank you, Mike. Merci. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Merci tout le monde.